the Herget Gymnasium for today's exclusive coverage of the first round of the MIAA Division I South as the Braintree Womps take on the Plymouth South Panthers. I'm Mike Watson, joined today alongside Kyle Coppola. And Kyle, we have a marquee matchup here today on a beautiful night here in Braintree, Massachusetts. The 15-5 Womps against the 13-7 Plymouth South Panthers. We talked with both coaches prior to today's game, and they expect to see a good matchup, and they think that they both match up pretty well with each other.
Yeah, Mike, both these teams come into to this game. They're very equally matched in size comparison. When you look at these two teams, nobody really has a standout big center that they can go to underneath the net, and that's going to be one key aspect to look out for tonight. Look around the key and look at some key players, especially Tom Costello, Marquise Jones, Cole McKinney, and those are your key players you're going to have to look out for. You also have Tim Miller, the 6'3" forward. He's the senior on this squad. And I'll tell you what, he really wants to get to the next round of this playoffs, as does the entire Braintree team.
Expect to see a pretty good fan section out there. Womp Nation trying to show up here. And we're going to be having the starting lineups momentarily, as Mike Denise is going to give his feel prior to the game. We'll give you the starting lineups here for both teams as they go. But again, Kyle, we're expecting a very good, close matchup. It could go either way. It could be a high-scoring game. It could be a defensive battle. I don't know what we're going to expect to see today. Both teams don't know how each other's going to play, but I expect to see a close game between these two.
And for Braintree, they're coming off of that championship win in the Davenport Championship against Falmouth, and that gave them a lot of confidence coming into here. It got them to 15-5 on the season, actually got them to host a playoff game here at Braintree. Plymouth South, meanwhile, they come in 13-7. Had a couple of key losses in the season there, so we'll have to see what's going to happen there, at least with their confidence-wise coming into this game. But they looked really focused down there courtside, so we'll have to see what happens in the game.
Well, 15-5 record, good enough for a first-round home game for Braintree. A very good season for head coach Robert Crook. And let's see what the Womps can do here at home.
I have to say one thing about Robert Crook. He said that coming into this game, usually they scrimmaged this team in the preseason, and they didn't choose to do that this year, so that may be one thing that they overlooked, but you can't really plan for the playoffs, especially in high school. You never know who you're going to wind up matched up against. But I have to say, he's a well-coached team for Braintree in 2015.
Going to have the starting lineups in just a moment for the Plymouth South Panthers. Braintree, the 7th seed in the postseason, and they're going to face off with the number 10 Plymouth South Panthers.
And now we'd like to introduce this evening's starting
And now the starting lineups first for the Plymouth South Panthers. Starting at guard, number 3, Ryan Morrissey. At guard, junior number 10, Austin Hanlon. At guard, number 11, junior Joe Brown. At forward, junior number 12, Patrick Travers. And the captain, at forward, number 22, Justin Lamb.
There's one guy you're going to have to look out for tonight, Justin Lamb, that captain. He's a senior, leads this team in scoring. You're going to have to look out for him.
Head coach of the Panthers is Dave Costa. And now for your Braintree Womps. Starting at guard, senior captain Tom Costello. At forward, number 12, Marquise Jones. At forward, number 14, Cole McKinney. Captain, number 35, Cal Berman. And to round off the starting 5, the center and the captain, Tim Miller. Head coach Bob Crook, assistant coach Timberlake, and the manager Brian Kelly. And now we're going to take a quick break as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
Wheel deductible teams.
Ready to go for tip-off here in the first round of the MIA South Division 1 first round playoff matchup as the Braintree Womps set to take on the Plymouth South Panthers. Mike Wassel and Kyle Coppola on hand. And Kyle, man, do we have a good game here.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready for it. I know you're ready for it. Our crew here at BCamp TV is ready for it. Can't wait to get this one started. I'll tell you what, Plymouth South is going to come into this game fired up. They have to be. 13-7 on the season. Couple of key losses, but again, no time like the present to get going on a streak of wins, and that's what they plan to do here tonight. But Braintree is going to try to keep them at bay.
Like you said, tough to play a non-conference team. Braintree and Plymouth South haven't played each other this year. The only similar opponents were Falmouth, and Braintree played North Quincy and Quincy last year. So if you're going to look at the spectrum there, those are the teams to base it off of. But here today, we got tip-off. Miller going head-to-head with Patrick Travers. Just about to be underway here at the Herget Gymnasium. The 7th-seeded Womps and the 10th-seeded Panthers. Tips won by the Womps as Marquise Jones controls. And here we go.
See what Braintree can do first off here. I have to say they like to start off fast. And we'll see if they can get there tonight.
Underneath, McKinney with the spinner. It's good. Cole McKinney starts it off with a 360 spin move and puts it in. Drive to the hoop, and it's a great defensive play as Marquise Jones able to tie it up.
Looked like they were going to get him on a foul there, but that was a great defensive play. He was able to get back on defense. So what a way to open up that game on the offensive end. Gotta love the play by Cole McKinney. He's one to look out for Braintree.
Delay in the action here was due to the play clock. They had to reset it. Now down to 18. Nearly tripping and stumbling, but able to get it to Travers. And the Panthers looking to set things up. Only 10 on the shot clock. Great defense by the Womps. Perimeter three. It's good! Ryan Morrissey hits the outside shot. And both teams coming out fired up here in the first round of the MIAA Division I South. 7:04 to go in the quarter.
That's what they have to do to get the open looks and work the ball around. They did that great versus Falmouth in that Davenport championship, and that was the last game they actually saw on the court. So we'll see if they can do that tonight, work the ball around, and get some good quality shots.
Inbounded to Jones. The jumper no good. It's taken down by Morrissey. Morrissey versus Costello. The jumper from Morrissey no good, and it's taken down offensively by Travers as he gets it back up the top to Morrissey, who's very close to the half-court line, very nearly stepping back court. Screen set at the top of the key. Miller going one-on-one now with Hanlon. Back to the top of the key again for Travers, and it's deflected away by McKinney. And right now you see Braintree playing very good defense. Again, 15 seconds on the shot clock. I don't know if that was kind of a bailout shot for Plymouth South in the first possession, but Braintree's played some pretty strong defense.
Well, Robert Crook has said in this game coming in that they're going to work the man-to-man defense, and they match up against these Panthers really well, so you can see why.
Morrissey's three is no good, and the offensive rebound is brought down by Hanlon, and that can't be a happy Coach Crook on the sidelines. That's two straight offensive rebounds taken down by the Panthers. 3 possessions here on this.
I would say that the Panthers are playing a little bit more physical in the opening minutes of this game. They're able to crash the boards a little bit better than Braintree is right now.
And a tacky foul on McKinney. Looked like he had some pretty good position inside. And they're going to call him for a block, and that's quickly going to prompt Hapgood into the game for McKinney, who had the only points for Braintree. Just a 3-2 game. Just about 2 minutes have been played here in the first quarter. Very eventful first quarter already, as the jumper's no good and Miller's all over the rebound.
I see that's one that you have to have if you're Travers right there. Wide open shot, you missed that right there. So that's one that can come back to haunt them.
Knocked away. It's going to be a Braintree possession right in front of the student section. Hapgood set to inbound. And he gets it up top to Costello. 6:05 to go in the first quarter. 3-2 Plymouth South on top of the Womps right now. Braintree setting a play up. Jones going one-on-one. Powers to the left hand and banks it in. Marquise Jones gives the Womps the lead.
What he has to do, drive to the lane. I want to also keep an eye out for this battle between Justin Lamb as well as Tim Miller. That's going to be a fun battle to watch tonight. Watch them right under the hoop. Number 40, number 22 do battle.
I like the intensity out here by Braintree's defense, and that's going to force, oh no, it's not going to force the turnover. It looked like it went off the hand of Hanlon, but it was tapped off of Hapgood, and it's going to remain with Plymouth South. Again, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Braintree making them work for these baskets. Morrissey to the basket, and he's going to count it as Jones commits the foul. A 3-point potential play coming up.
That's what he'll do to you. He'll drive in the lane. He really likes to get those inline jumpers, and when he can get those, he'll get right to the lane and draw the and one.
So it looks like that's going to be the go-to guy for Plymouth South. We've seen it early on. He's got all 5 of their points as the free throws missed. Braintree down by 1, pushing. Costello corner to Berman. Berman for 3. Just off the mark, and the rebound is going to go Plymouth South's way.
Morrissey not happy about something right there. Thought there may have been a foul, got pushed out of bounds, but it's been a pretty clean game so far.
Very intense game so far. We've only been on air for about 3 minutes or so here in the quarter, and that one's taken away. Good defense played by the Womps. Now let's see if Braintree can turn into some transition. Both teams playing a tight man-to-man defense. Miller drives to the basket, off the window, no good. Rebound by Jones. Another fresh 30 for the Womps. Corner to Hapgood. Hapgood fakes and now swings to Miller at the top of the key. Miller going one-on-one, goes to the left hand, fall away, no good again. And that's gonna go off the Womps. Back to Plymouth South. As we see a couple subs coming in for the Womps. It's going to be Timberlake and Buckley coming in for the first time.
And I think for the Womps, they got to keep the up-tempo. They're an up-tempo team. They like to get out of the gate really fast, get those opening buckets in, and try to get up on teams. And right now, really, the tempo in the Panthers' favor. And
Morrissey to the basket, up with the left hand. It's no good. It's taken down by Hapgood.
good rebound.
Goes to the left hand. Now it's Timberlake, and he's fouled from behind. That's the first team foul against Plymouth South. We've seen 3 fouls against the Womps, and just the first one here against Plymouth South. But like you said, very strong tempo on both sides.
Both these teams come into this game. They've won a lot of games this season, and they do so by getting out of the gate fast. And that's what the Panthers do, but that's also what Braintree does, and that could get Braintree in some trouble. Although they want to push the ball as far as they can, you can see issues like that, and look at Braintree, so showing some muscle.
Inbounded to Mahoney, the big man, and he got fouled before the shot. That's what Braintree likes to do on the designed out-of-bounds plays. Just throw it, lob it in there to the tallest guy on the court. He's triple team right now. It's inbounded to Mahoney. Mahoney swings, and he traveled.
Lots of mistake you can't have, and if your head coach Robert Crook, you're gonna be shaking your head, telling his boys, get back on defense, play some good quality defense, and get the ball back. Let's go.
5-4, Panthers on top of the Womps. 3:50 to go here in the first quarter. Hapgood nearly with the steal. Great defense by Mahoney, forcing the missed shot. And here comes Hapgood 2-on-2. Hapgood going to the basket, no good. And it's going to be again Plymouth South ball. And it's been one and done almost all this quarter for the Womps.
Yeah, as for Hapgood, and he was coming right down there, thought he had that lay-in, took off, and just didn't have that one. That's a tough one.
Been stuck on the 5-4 score for a while. Good defense being played here in the first quarter. Maybe a little bit of butterflies on both sides.
Yeah, for Robert Crook, he'll be the first one to tell you that this team, nobody scores or averages more than 10 points on this team. They have a great bench, and they work a lot of those players into the game. Hapgood's just one of those players. Last game versus Falmouth, or before that game versus Falmouth, he was able to score 12 points and then average 10 points in that game versus Falmouth. So in that Davenport championship, he looked pretty good. So keep an eye out for Hapgood and the rest of the bench here for Braintree.
Swing to the perimeter, and the three is good by Joe Brown. And it's 8-4. So the perimeter shot falling right now for the Panthers. Braintree's going to have to find an answer for the outside shot.
What Braintree doesn't want to do is get down by too many points in the game. We've seen it time after time in this season. Once they get down, sometimes they're not able to dig themselves out, but they don't want to get down by more than 10, get their confidence down, and give Plymouth the the Panthers the opportunity to really gain any momentum in this game.
Checking in for the first time is Sam Latan, and he's going to try and match up against Mahoney, who's inbounding. Braintree, so far since they put Mahoney, have certainly controlled the glass a little bit better. 3 minutes left in the quarter. The three from Timberlake hits off the mark and off the fingertips of Sazakis and out of bounds. Seems like every call going the other way.
Yeah, just really the tempo's down right now for Braintree. They need to find a way to just slow it down just a little bit and get some good quality shots off. I know they want to go for the three, get back in this thing, but again, it's a manageable lead for the Panthers right now. They just got to
driving to the basket, and it's going to be a blocking foul. I can't believe it. Timberlake was there in plenty of time, and it's going to be a pair of free throws. I don't know if you agree with that call either, Kyle.
Yeah, it looked like Timberlake was set there. I didn't think that was going to be a foul. He looked pretty set to me. Kind of shocked that it was a blocking foul.
First free throw is good. As Mac Eklund on the board. Free throw no good, and it's taken down by Mahoney. Braintree needs a basket on this possession pretty badly.
They may want to think about taking a timeout if they don't get that basket. Try to get some momentum back.
2:30 to go in the quarter. Back up top, Timberlake. Timberlake driving inside, now kicks it outside to Buckley. Buckley's jumper, it's good! Leon Buckley on the scoreboard, and a much-needed basket for the Womps.
Yeah, he needed that so bad. Buckley, a really good quality shot, mid-range jumper, and hit that one. Good to see.
Here's Morrissey going one-on-one with Hapgood. Great shut-off defense inside, and Eklund, the beneficiary of a nice pass.
Was that not a great pass from Morrissey? Morrissey comes right down. Great assist from him.
Here's Sazakis. Sazakis to Mahoney. Mahoney, and he traveled again. And that's quickly going to get a couple subs in for the Womps.
I know
Costello checked back in as well as, let's see here, we got Costello back in. Actually, both Costellos back in. Morrissey inside. Now kicks it to the perimeter of the three. Just inside the arc. No good. And it's going to be a Braintree ball. Back to your point, Kyle.
I was watching under the basket and looking at Mike Mahoney, the 6'7" center for the Braintree Womps, and I'll tell you what, they've been trying to get him the ball under the center of the hoop, but they can't because they're playing some great defense. Lights out defense by Latan right now, number 23. He's been playing really good defense, but under as well, number 12, Patrick Travers. He's going to be one to watch, and he's really doing a great job underneath the basket for the Panthers.
11-6 Panthers. The three from Costello. It's off the mark. And back the other way come the Panthers. The leaner is good by Morrissey, and that's a timeout taken by the Womps as Morrissey leading scorer was 7. And a 13-6 game here at the Herkimer Gymnasium. Certainly not the start you expected to see if you're Braintree, but plenty of time left, and Braintree maybe just getting some of those butterflies out, and expect to see a much better Braintree team after this timeout.
They understand the magnitude of this game coming in. One loss and you're done. That's the end of your season. And I think the butterflies are in them right now. They got a huge crowd, the most massive crowd we've seen, especially since senior night here at Braintree. So maybe that's getting to them. We got a great student body over there for Braintree High School, but this is one timeout they really need. They need to come back and get some quality shots. They've been coming down and they've been getting shots off, but they haven't been good shots. And they need to come down. Their defense has been pretty good at times, but they need to make some massive adjustments. I think Robert Crook is going to do that, and we'll see out of this timeout what they have.
1:24 to go here in the first quarter, and I think a fair assessment would be to win the rest of this quarter. So if Braintree could get within 5, maybe even 2, that would be a huge momentum shift heading into the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you have 1 minute and 24 seconds left in this first quarter, and we'll see if they can get a couple of baskets and get this thing within 3. That would be a really good goal for Braintree. Let's see what they have.
Timberlake manning the point guard, now gets it to Miller. Miller going one-on-one, now gets it inside to Costello. Costello to the perimeter to Timberlake. A good look at a 3, it's off the mark, and Braintree's outside shot has struggled here early in the first quarter.
Just have to say, it's textbook defense being played by Plymouth South right now. And look at the transition down the other end, but they've been playing lights out defense.
Morrissey with the bad shot on the other end, taken down by the Womps, and here's Costello. Costello, great fake to the basket, counted and one!
Oh, you gotta love it.
Tom Costello with a powerful move after the up fake, gets him out of his shoes, and Costello with a three-point potential play. That's just what the Womps needed.
That was a great pump fake under the hoop and went right up. You have to love Tom Costello's effort. He's the senior guard, leads this team. And I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a way to get a basket and some life back in this stadium.
You heard the oohs and ahs from the crowd. What a pretty move by Costello. And now looking to cut it to 4 with the free throw. Free throw is good. So Braintree now with 4 different scores. Costello the leading scorer with 3. As Costello checks out, that's Ryan Costello. And checking back in is Cal Berman. 52 seconds left, and Braintree with the pressure in the backcourt. And a foul on Hapka. I don't know about that call.
Yeah, the referees are going to call this one tight because it's a playoff game, but I think Hapgood got maybe a hand in there just a little bit, and they're going to call that one.
You got to let that one go in a playoff game, I think. Braintree still with the pressure in the backcourt, forcing Plymouth South into a lot of trouble, very nearly a double dribble. Finally able to get it back up to the top of the key. The 3 is good. A bailout shot at the top of the key as Austin Hanlon, the beneficiary of a wide open look after Braintree played some very good sound defense.
He actually leads this team in three-pointers this year. They can't leave him open at the top of the key or else he's going to hit that one every time.
69, Jones to the basket. And the spin move no good. Rebound taken down by Miller, and he's shoved out of bounds. And finally a call goes Braintree's way.
Still plenty of time on the shot clock for Braintree. They're going to have a fresh clock actually when it goes out of bounds, and they should take the rest of this quarter at least and try to get within 5 before the end.
Braintree looking to hold for the final shot here with 12.7 left on the clock. Defensive substitution as Andrew Bradbury checks in for the Panthers. Inbound to the outside, Costello. Costello fakes, now drives inside, up with the left hand for 2 more. Tom Costello with 5 in the quarter. As the first quarter is going to end, as unaware of the game clock for the Panthers, and after all of that, you gotta be happy if you're Braintree, just down by 5, 16-11. Seems like things were slipping away a little bit, and Tom Costello able to bring Braintree back into it.
Yeah, it didn't look good there at the beginning, especially when they got down by 6, even 8 at one point, and now they're back within 5, so that's really good as Braintree was able to, again, as we said in that timeout, win the rest of the quarter, and that's what they needed to do.
So we're going to have a quick break in the action. We'll take the break here on BCAM TV and bring you back second quarter action after this. Hello and welcome back to the Hergen Gymnasium. Second quarter set to begin here in the first round of the MIA Division I South playoffs. I'm Mike Wassel, joined by Kyle Coppola. And Kyle, a 16-11 lead for the Panthers after 1, but a very good end to that quarter for the Womps. What do you expect to see a different approach for the Womps here in the second quarter?
Well, I think that the jitterbugs are going to be gone for Braintree. I think they finally have themselves in a nice rhythm, and they've established that. We'll see in the second quarter if they're able to get a couple more points and less opportunity for Plymouth to come back down in transition.
Marquise Jones fakes it, now drives inside, and he's going to get to the line. And that's what Braintree's got to do. They're going to have to take it to the basket, try and get to the free throw line, and that's exactly what they did coming out of the break in between the first and second quarter.
Well, these players are so equally matched. They come into this game, and really nobody stands out as a big guy. They're all pretty much the same size, and taking it to the hoop, sometimes you're going to get those fouls that are going to go your way. As you can see there, Marquise Jones, he's got to continue to do that. Go to the hoop and get that ball to the hoop. You might just get an and one out of it.
First free throw is good by Jones. Looking to pull Braintree within 3. closest they've been in a while, and he does. 4 points for Marquise, and Braintree again with that quick pressure in the backcourt. Morrissey able to shake one, and now able to get it over half court. The pull-up jumper is no good, and it's taken down by Jones. Here comes Braintree.
That was the no-look pass right there. Here comes Braintree.
Inside, Hapgood off the window for two. And it's just like that, a 1-point game, 16-15. Well, this South see their lead quickly shrink.
Yeah, the Braintree hopeful love that. 16-15, 1-point game, and see if Braintree can't get a stop here and get on top.
Here comes the Braintree defense getting in it, but the outside shot from Eklund is good. And the outside shot really the factor right now in this game. It's been Plymouth South able to hit those outside shots, keeping them in the lead. Here's Jones to the basket, and it's no good. Rebound taken down by Morrissey.
Yeah, Plymouth South has a lot of juniors on this squad, but they've got a lot of talent with those juniors. Doesn't matter if they're seniors, they have a lot of talent on that crew. Here he comes again.
Great defense by Hapgood, takes the charge. And Braintree didn't get it the first time, but this time well-positioned was Brendan Hapgood. And the Womps back with the ball, down by 4. Braintree's able to take the lead here. I think the roof would come off here at the Heritage Gymnasium.
I got a great crowd here tonight at the gymnasium here at Braintree. You gotta love what you see out of the student body, especially in that white corner, the white zone.
6.5 to go here in the second quarter. Miller along the left side. Now back up top, Costello. He's been the go-to guy for the Womps in the last couple games. Costello's fouled. And actually that's gonna put Braintree at the line. Braintree in the bonus. It's gonna be a one-on-one situation for Tom Costello. He's got 5 here in the first half.
Yeah, they'll be at the bonus the rest of this half as Plymouth South is at their limit, so that's going to be rough for them, especially playing in the paint. Braintree, at this point, you want to see them go to the paint now.
First free throw from Costello. It's off the mark. Rebound taken down by Miller. Underneath to Jones. Nice pump fake. And Jones going to get to the line for 2. Just missed the 3-point potential play.
Could you imagine if that went in? That again, the roof would have came off this joint. I have to say, that was a great rebound, not only by Tim Miller, but to get the ball back to Marquise Jones to give him the opportunity to get almost an and one right there. Just didn't trickle in. We'll see what he can do here at the line.
First free throw. Nice touch from Jones, and he's got 5 now. 3 for 3 from the line himself.
Yeah, he's a great free throw shooter. He's one you can count on at the end of the game to get the job done for Braintree.
6:18 to go here in the second quarter. And just as we expected, we have a tight affair, but Braintree really closing the gap quickly. Jones looking to make it a 2-point game, and he does. 19-17, 6 points now for Jones. Morrissey able to get it over half court. Braintree kind of shading another player in his direction. Quick dribbler is Morrissey. Eklund now defended nicely by Jones, and here's Morrissey one-on-one with Costello. The 3, way off the mark, and it's taken down by Hapgood. Hapgood going one-on-one to the basket. No good. Rebound taken down by Jones. Jones able to get it back up top.
Great awareness. Great awareness there by Jones to get that out. Look at Hapgood.
Hapgood off the window for 2, and we're all tied at 19.
Oh, that's great transition basketball by Braintree. Gotta love it. Oh,
and it's thrown away.
That is one mistake you can't make.
Now you can see Plymouth South now starting to feel the heat. You start falling behind here on the road. Not a good recipe for success.
Yeah, for Plymouth South, all of their air just went out. Here comes Braintree.
Costello's 3 just off the mark. And it's taken down by the Panthers. Much better approach here in the second quarter for the Womps. Morrissey to the basket. Won't get it to go, and it's taken down by Costello. Here comes Costello, 2-on-2 with Hapgood. Hapgood off the window for 2. First lead of the game for the Womps. Other than the 2-0 lead by McKinney. And it's 21-19, the home team. 5:04 to go in the quarter.
Oh, I really like what I'm seeing out of Braintree right now. That's great hustle right there by Tom Costello to go after that. But how about the effort On the offensive boards, you got to love the effort all the way around. Marquise Jones has been doing a great job. Brandon Hapgood just coming down there and taking the lead for the first time in this game to Braintree. All the momentum swinging in their direction right now. Plymouth South has to find a way to stop it.
Adrenaline pumping on both sides. More certainly on the Womp side of things as they've taken the lead here, 21-19. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Good defense again, and it's got to be on the floor. The foul that is, and it's got to be on Jones. As that's going to be the 17th foul against Braintree, putting Plymouth South at the free throw line for a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, Marquise knew that one right away. He just couldn't really do anything about it. I know they were driving to the lane and trying to find their way in there, but couldn't really get himself out of the way and gave up a foul.
The free throw from Fasoli is good. Now looking to tie it, which he does. We're all nodded at 21. Timeout Braintree with 4:44 to go here in the second quarter. And we're all even at 21. Kyle, what a great game.
Absolutely, 21-21. It didn't look that way in the first couple of minutes of this game, but as time has gone on, both coaches have really adjusted. Dave Costa on one side for Plymouth South, and then Robert Crook on the other side, really doing some great coaching in this game. And it's been a great defensive matchup that we've been seeing. But the offense has really been good for Braintree in the second quarter, I have to say. Brandon Hapgood, really the star of the second quarter, got the team back where they needed to be. Tom Costello, as well as Marquise Jones, what they've been able to do on the floor has been absolutely fantastic. Tim Miller getting the boards, as well as Mike Mahoney. They've been all in there.
Everybody doing their own job. And Braintree certainly looking like the team the 7th-seeded Womps are. And when Braintree plays the way they have the last few minutes, they're going to be a tough team to beat.
Well, the winner of this game as well is going to play Newton North or Durfee, and that'll be coming to you on the 27th of February, so we'll see who wins that game. But Durfee's having a heck of a season. Gotta love what they're doing. And Newton North, though, that's a tough team. Braintree's able to pull this one out.
Just 2 losses on the season for the Tigers. But the playoffs are a whole different animal. 4:30 to go here in the second quarter. Braintree again tied at 21 here with the Panthers. Miller to the basket! Tim Miller to the basket! Looked like he may have tried to throw it down, but he's got to get to the free throw line and a 3-point opportunity with 4:27 to go here in the second quarter. That's the third time now.
The 6'3" senior forward, number 40, Tim Miller, got to the line. Great job by him, really fired this crowd up again.
Free throw, no good. Inbound, and there it is, Buckley. Another offensive rebound for the Womps. Timberlake to the basket, scoop shot. It's off the mark. And here come the Panthers with 4:15 to go in the quarter, down by 2. Morrissey to the swing man in the corner. Back up top, it's Travers. They're going to set things up. Hanlon, 15 on the shot clock. Good defense again by Braintree. 10 on the shot clock now, outside to Morrissey. Morrissey inside, and he throws it away.
That was great man defense under the basket by Brandon Hapgood. Didn't allow anything under there. And that's another thing that Braintree said coming into this game. They were going to focus on the man defense. Wasn't going to play a lot of zone, although Robert Crook, he touched base on that, but really the man-to-man defense has been great so far.
23-21 Womps and possession. Hapgood, he's been the go-to guy in the quarter. Inside Mahoney, and he's fouled. Great play by Braintree, and I know that's what you want to see. Go to the basket and see Braintree in the bonus. It's going to be 2 free throws.
Well, that's what you want to do, because now that you're in the bonus, go to the hoop, because you're going to be shooting free throws every single time, and you want those free shots from the charity stripe. And I know that Braintree has some really good free throw shooters on the team. See what Tim Miller can do, Mike Mahoney can do. It's a little bit harder for big guys. I struggled with it too when I used to play basketball at the free throw line. You're just a little bit taller, and when you're at the basket, it's a little bit tougher to get an arc on the ball. And I've noticed that with a couple of these taller players. Shaq O'Neal, I mean, he's the perfect example of that.
First free throw no good for Mahoney, and the second free throw, man, did he get a good roll. It goes 24-21. That's the hometown roll right there. First point of the game for Mike Mahoney. Great defense by Braintree. Travers to the basket. Great defense by Mahoney, and it's going to stay on this side of the court with the Panthers as that went off of Leon Buckley with 3:31 to go in the quarter.
I'm going to say here, Mike, this is a huge possession for Plymouth South because everything is going Braintree's way right now. They really need to get a basket. They haven't gotten many baskets in the last couple of minutes. It's been all Braintree. But as for Plymouth South, what they can do is they got to go to the basket as well. A couple more fouls and they'll be shooting free throws for the rest of the quarter as well, but they haven't been doing that. And we'll see if they can transition and make something happen.
It's been the outside shot for Plymouth South that's kept them in this game. Pretty much it looks like they're going to live or die by it in this game, and so far they're living by it. Staying alive, down by 3. Perimeter to Morrissey. Morrissey swallowed up. Triple team, even quadrupled by the Womps. Back up top, quick possession. 1 second of the shot clock, just gets it off, and it's no good. And Costello able to take it down. A great 30-second possession there for the Womps defense.
That's just poor shot clock awareness. If you're the Panthers, got to pay attention to where the ball is out there. I know that was a desperation shot, but you got to get a better shot selection than that.
2:55 to go in the quarter, and it's a kick ball on the Panthers. Fresh shot clock. 3-point lead for Braintree. They've able to, so far, erase a 5-point deficit and take a 3-point lead here in the quarter. So Braintree with an 8-point swing in this game so far. It's able to be inbounded to Costello. Wasn't the play that Coach Crook wanted.
And Braintree already doubling what they had in that first quarter, so obviously this second quarter has really been good for them.
Mahoney goes to the spin, shot won't fall. Plymouth South doing a good job on the big man. Outside 3 ball, it's good. Again, Slatery hits the outside shot. Tied at 24. Plymouth South really living and dying by that 3-point shot.
Yeah, he has a nasty 3-point shot. And look out for Slattery. Not only him, but Travers can shoot that 3 ball as well. You're going to have to look out for him the rest of the game because Braintree, as much as they want to protect the interior, they still have some great shooters on the outside, and that's what Plymouth is living and dying by right now.
Shot by Timberlake, no good, driving inside Morrissey. Quick swing. The 3 is short and is taken down by Mahoney. Braintree looking to transition. Miller slows it down, finds Buckley wide open. He's going to fire it. And he's off the mark, and they're going to call the foul. Looks like it's going to be on Mahoney over the back.
Well, I like the idea right there from Leon Buckley to put that one in the air. I mean, you're wide open. You can blow this one open by 3, but just kind of missed that right there as it went off. And I know that there's a lot of people here for Plymouth South, a lot of fans down there, so they may have distracted them just a little bit. But now, also, Plymouth South in the bonus, that's what I said they needed to do. And right here, they're going to be shooting free throws for the rest of this quarter.
1-on-1 situation for the Panthers. Justin Lamb at the line. Lamb's free throw, able to line drive it in. First point of the game for the captain.
I got to say, they've been playing a great defensive game on Justin Lamb, and he's come into this game, and again, he leads this team, but he hasn't really been a factor in this game because the defense and man-to-man has been so good for Braintree.
Free throw no good. It's taken down by Berman. Strong rebound by Berman.
See if they can't take the lead before the end of the quarter.
25-24, Plymouth South. Miller has a little bit of trouble with it, and now gets it off to Costello. 15 on the shot clock. Costello brothers play catch, and now it's up top to Tom Costello driving inside, goes to the left, and now he travel with it.
Yeah, that's a tough one down in that corner right there. Costello thought he could get away with that right there, trying to get the pass off, but that was really kind of an awkward situation he put himself in, kind of backing up.
Need to stop now if you're Braintree. And a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Miller for a block. It's going to put Plymouth South back at the free throw stride for a 1-on-1.
As where Braintree has to be careful at the very end of this quarter. Both teams have played a very good game up until this point, but now Braintree has to be careful. They don't want to get down by too many points before the end of the first half, at least. You want to protect that lead you had, and now just a little bit of momentum skewing the Panthers' way.
26-24, now 27-24 after the free throws. 5 points for Brown. The 3-point lead, 27-24. 1:15 to go in the quarter. Half good, And he lost it off his foot.
Well, Braintree just needs to take a breath right now. They're playing lights out and then getting a lot of really sloppy toward the end of this first half. Got to protect his ball.
Morrissey able to get it over half court as we click under a minute to go here in the first half. Back at the top of the key, and it's Lamb. Lamb waiting for the cutter to come through. Driving is Brown. Brown to the basket, and it's blocked by Costello.
He's the big 6-foot junior. Ryan Costello gets up. He's got some good hops too. Saw him in practice earlier.
Inbound is blocked away by Costello. Costello to Costello. Inside for two. The Costello brothers with a sweet play, and it's a 1-point game.
Morrissey was saying that that ball had hit the top of the basket, and that would equal out of bounds, but the referees didn't call it.
Well, that would be off him anyway. Nearly turned over. 20 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock, so we got about a 5 or 6 second differential. Morrissey. And they're going to call a foul. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous call there, Kyle.
Wasn't really sure if that was a foul, but I'm surprised that they actually were. Not really sure who they got there. I think they got Ryan Costello and got him for a foul, so didn't really look like one.
No, but you saw that both referees getting together. I think the far official didn't think that was a foul. I think that's what he was talking about. So Plymouth South gets the luck of the call, and Morrissey hits the first free throw. Really a big swing if you look at it.
Yeah, you know, either way, Braintree's going to have some time on this clock, and they'll be able to come down and possibly get a point out of it, but they don't have a lot of time. Let's see what they have.
10 seconds left in the quarter, 29-26. Basket would be huge here. Berman with 4 on the shot clock. Miller to the basket! Count it! Tim Miller at the buzzer, and that's the way you want to end the quarter if you're the Womps. Down by 1, 29-28. Man, do we have a game on our hands.
That is a perfect textbook way to end that quarter. That was a fantastic quarter. They came into this quarter with 11 points. It was 16 to 11, and then they were able to dig themselves out of the hole. They dug themselves into 29-28 the score, and you got to love the play from Tim Miller at the end of that quarter to put that in. How about the Braintree faithful giving him the shot clock and how much time he had left down there in the corner. Got to love it here at Braintree. We'll see what we have for the second half.
And do we have a good game on our hands? We're going to take the break here at half. 29-28 Plymouth South on top of the Womps. We'll be back with third quarter action after this.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a
One
dad
more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
Hello and welcome back to the Herget Gymnasium. Second half action set to begin here in the first round of the MIAA Division I South playoffs. I'm Mike Wassel, joined alongside Kyle Coppola. And Kyle, a 1-point game at half. What do you expect to see differently from Braintree here in the second half?
Well, I think that Braintree is now settled into a rhythm. They have that rhythm down. They have that perfect tempo that we know Braintree can play. You have to talk about the play of Tom Costello. He's settled into his rhythm, has a couple of baskets in this game. He looks really good. So does Brandon Hapgood, and the bench, Marquise Jones, Cole McKinney, they've settled in as well. So that's really good to see for Braintree. Also, Tim Miller, he's going to be a key player in the second half. He's the tallest player out there for both teams. Look for them to try to get him the ball in the inside of the paint, and look for Braintree to try to take and steal a win away from the Plymouth South Panthers.
29-28, third quarter ready to begin. And the 7th-seeded Womps trail by 1 to the 10th-seeded Panthers. It's going to be Panther ball to start the third quarter. Same starting 5 for Plymouth South. Morrissey, Hanlon, Brown, Travers, and Lamb. And Braintree back with their starting 5 as well. Costello, Jones, McKinney, Berman, and Miller. And a jump ball. Braintree possession. Just the way the Womps wanted to start. Good defense.
Got to add to that end of that first half. They played some great defense there. We'll see if they can't get their offensive game really clicking in this third quarter. And that's something they really have to do. They got to get themselves, again, establish a rhythm and don't come out cold.
Costello to the basket, and he's going to get to the line. Foul was on Morrissey, and a pair of free throws for Tom Costello. He's got 5. Looking to tie this one up, and he does.
That's a great job by Costello getting to the basket. He knows that he's one of the best free throw shooters on this team, and he can really get those free points at the charity stripe.
Gets them both, and Braintree goes back on top, 30-29. McKinney just about took it away, but it's controlled by Travers. The shot from the outside, no good, and it's taken down by Costello. Costello quickly up to McKinney. McKinney to the basket, and it's going to be a pair of free throws as it's a blocking foul on Hanlon.
I think you were ready to say and one, but not quite. Didn't quite trickle in there for Braintree. I like the intensity they've come out with. They're not afraid to go with the basket. And going to the basket, that's going to be key, because for Braintree, they came out shooting. But I think that what the adjustment that they made, and Robert Crook and Jeff Timberlake, that's what they're going to tell their boys to do, is go to the hoop and get those shots and try to get to the line. And that's going to win them the game.
McKinney 1 for 2 from the line, and Morrissey quickly back the other way. Good defense again by the Womps, driving inside, and Lamb was fouled. Looked like a reach in there on McKinney. That's his third.
But if it's one thing, you want to keep these players without foul trouble.
And a reaching foul on Cal Berman as he was defending Lamb. Ticky-tack foul, but they've been calling it tight all game.
That's another thing. Both these teams out to more fouls than they were in the first half. Right off the bat, not even a minute in, and both teams already have 2 fouls. That's a great turnover there for Braintree. Great defense being played there.
McKinney forces the turnover, and a 2-point lead and the possession for the Womps. 7:06 to go here in the third quarter. McKinney slowed up. Now Costello to the ball away. It's good. Tom Costello, unbelievable shot.
Yeah, they've got all the momentum going for them now. Braintree comes down, everybody into it, everybody on their feet. They can get a good defensive stop right here. They're going to be looking in pretty good shape.
Crowd getting into the game here at the Herget Gymnasium. 6.5 to go in the quarter. Nice move inside, and the layup goes. Joe Brown now with 7.
The defense can do here for Plymouth, I mean, they've looked pretty good in this game so far, and again, that's what they have to do, get those takeaways and transition.
Good defense by McKinney, forces the turnover. Bad play by Morrissey. 2-on-1, Miller, up and under for 2.
Got those long arms, man. Got those long arms. 6'3", uses all of that and puts the ball in the basket right where it should be.
35-31, back up by 4 of the Womps. Stop would be huge here. Top of the key, Miller again defending. Oh, it looked like a travel, and it was! Patrick Travers travels with the basketball, And just like that, a timeout taken by head coach Dave Costa with his team now down by 4. And it's going to be a Braintree possession coming out of the timeout with 5:43 to go here in the third quarter.
Not the way you wanted to come out if you were Plymouth at all. They came out so flat, and the flattest we've seen them in the game so far. I mean, they looked so good when they first started this game, and they've just gotten flatter and flatter and flatter as the game has gone on. I mean, they've had spurts where they have come out and they've been able to get some good quality shots, but they come out and they're playing without any heart right now, and that's a good timeout that they have to take. I think head coach Dave Costa is going to talk to his team, especially Ryan Morissette and Morrissey. And Morrissey has to get to the paint, and I think Braintree's come out and they really adjusted to him. And I have to say, he had some great points that he was able to score in that first half, but I think Braintree's adjusted very well to him.
Yeah, Morrissey a little bit out of control the last couple of possessions, turning it over on back-to-back possessions, and now a 4-point lead for the Womps and the ball under their own basket. It's going to be the starting 5 for the Womps out of the timeout. Costello, Berman, McKinney, Miller, and Jones. 5:43 to go here in the third quarter. First round of the MIA Division I South playoffs, and Braintree with a 4-point lead. Again, a very good turnout here at the Herget Gymnasium. Inside to Jones. Jones looking to go one-on-one. Fall away is blocked. And back comes Morrissey. Morrissey underneath. And it's swatted away, taken away by Costello. Costello to the basket. Count it!
That is a great transition there for Braintree. Coast to coast right there. Costello comes down, puts the ball in. I have to say, sloppy play from the Panthers. They can't get down by more than 10 or else they're really going to find themselves in trouble in the second half.
10 points now for Costello, the leading scorer. Inside, the scoop shot, no good, and it's all Braintree on the rebound. Braintree looking to go up the largest lead. Jones, left hand, no good. Rebound again, Jones. Up, no good. Jones a third time. And they're going to call a jump ball just before, and the crowd not happy. But I think that was the right call that time.
Oh my goodness, Jones comes right down, gets a couple of rebounds there. He's playing with all heart right now. Comes down, the tempo in this game for Braintree right now, absolutely through the roof. And that's exactly how they like to play.
37-31, 6-point lead for the Womps. And Morrissey double teamed in the backcourt, able to get it over. Now a good 3, or at least a look at a 3. It's no good, it's off the mark, and Lamb be able to come down with the offensive rebound. Morrissey, and he's fouled by Berman.
That's one of those threes where you're down, you understand you have to put it up, but you have a little bit on your mind. You know that you're down by 6 points. You want to get one back. You want to get it back within one possession, but you just don't have what it takes to put that ball in when you're down like that. And I think that for the Panthers, they have to go to the net and get some good quality baskets. That's what they have to do. Trying to get these killer shots, but it's just not there.
Shot way off the mark from Travers, and back come the Womps. Trying to extend their lead. Outside, Hapgood. Hapgood fakes and gets inside. Nice move. 3 moves. Hapgood! Oh, man, what a move!
Oh, my goodness. Hapgood with the moves. 3 moves right to the basket. Oh, my goodness. Best play of the game we've seen so far.
3 different head fakes by Hapgood. The 3 from Morrissey. Count it. And a timeout taken by Plymouth South. A much-needed basket to cut the lead to 5. Braintree was just about to run away with this one here in the third quarter, and a big outside shot from the Panthers.
How about Brandon Hapgood coming into this game, the senior 6-foot guard, leading this team right now. He has been spectacular the last couple of games we've seen here at Braintree. He comes off the bench. He's a great player for Braintree. You got to love what you're seeing from him. I mean, the kid, he doesn't average 10 points a game, but when he is in there, he makes such an impact. It is absolutely fantastic what he's doing. That was a needed 3 right there for Morrissey. Either way, they were going to take a timeout there because they were down, I think, by 8, and now it's back within 5. But for Plymouth, they got to make some sort of adjustments on the defensive side of things because they're everywhere right now.
Ever since that first quarter, Braintree's offense has clicked. Braintree only with 11 points in that first quarter. They got outscored 16-11, but scored 17 in the second quarter, and they're well on their way to probably close to 20 here in the third quarter rather. Well on their way
I also think, Mike, one of the best things that Braintree does is they utilize their bench. They keep a lot of their players fresh. And unlike Plymouth South, Braintree is able to utilize that, and that makes it just that much better. Your players come off fresh. Plymouth South, they don't use as many players, and their players may be getting a little bit tired out there.
Turned over by the Womps, and back the other way comes Morrissey. Bad possession for Braintree. Outside, big shot, no good. Oh, it's not taken, and it's going to be deflected out of play. I think now you're starting to see Plymouth South maybe second guessing a little bit out there after a couple missed outside shots.
I think out of that timeout, what the head coach told them to do, Dave Costa, is go to the basket, get some shots in there. You have to drive the lane and get fouled. Go to the basket. That's what was working for them, and in the second half, they haven't done any of that.
Morrissey able to keep his dribble. Now driving baseline, and a foul.
That's what you want to see for Plymouth South. You're going to the basket now, drawing a couple fouls. Looking a little better.
Fresh shot clock, and it's deflected by Mahoney, but it stays there. Hapgood! And a blocking foul. Again, it looked like Hapgood was in good position for the charge. Always one of those 50-50 calls, one way or the other.
Yeah, and Braintree has to look out right now because they don't want to get too many players in foul trouble. Right now, Brandon Hapgood with 2 on him. I also have to say they have 5 fouls now, 5 team fouls, and so they're approaching the bonus later on, and that could be an issue in the final minutes of this one. Braintree only has 2 fouls right now that Plymouth has given up in this second half, so we'll see if the bonus doesn't come into play.
8 points now for Brown. And he misses the second. It's taken down by Mahoney. 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. 4-point lead for Braintree. Jump shot from Timberlake. It's off the mark, and he's been off the mark here in the game. Driving to the basket, Morrissey, and he's fouled.
Oh, it's all ball.
And the referee's starting to let this one slip away a little bit. They were calling it tight. And here in the second half, we're starting to see some ridiculous calls out there on the court.
Well, I'm surprised that was a foul. It looked all ball. And Mike Mahoney coming down, he made a great block. I'm just surprised that they actually called that.
That's 13 now for Morrissey, trying to cut it to 2. $14 now for Morrissey. It's a 2-point game. And a timeout, Braintree, as they're able to get it over half court.
Yeah, that's one that Braintree really needed. Head coach Robert Crook. He's going to talk to his boys, settle them down. Right now, they had everything going their way. They need to just settle down. You can see him down there. He's kind of beside himself right now. He's going to talk to his boys, coach him up, and tell them, just take your time. Take some good quality shots, get the ball into the basket, and drive in a lane. Find your lane. But I'll tell you what, Plymouth came out of there. They started playing some really good man defense. They switched to the zone earlier in this second half, and now they've transitioned to the man, and I think that's been working a lot better for them. I'm not really sure why they came out in the zone in the first place.
Much different start here after that first time out by Plymouth South. Braintree was up by as many as 6. Actually, I think they were up by as many as 8 here in the quarter. But Plymouth South, since then, has been able to go on a nice little run. Cut it within 2. It's Braintree possession. And I think Braintree really needs a basket coming out of this timeout.
Well, you don't want your arena to get deflated, and right now it has a deflated atmosphere to it. You were up by 8, now the lead down to 2, 39-37. All you need is a basket, a good quality shot. Might breathe some life back into this building.
Mahoney looking back door. Hapgood wasn't there. Now it's back up top as Timberlake finds Hapgood. Quick swing inside to Mahoney. Mahoney doubled back outside to Buckley. Buckley in the paint, outside, and it's thrown through the hands of Costello.
Costello wasn't expecting that from Buckley, and Buckley thought he was going to go up with that, but really had no opportunity with that and tried to get that off to Costello, and Costello raised his arms like, what are you doing?
2:53 to go here in the third quarter. 2-point lead for Braintree. Ball in the hand of Morrissey. Screen up top. And Morrissey's going to pull back for three, and it's good. Morrissey now with 17. He's the leading scorer.
That is an enormous basket from Morrissey, one they really needed. And now they go back up on top for the first time in the second half. That was huge.
Braintree really needs a basket on this possession. 40-39 Panthers. Timberlake gets the screen. Inside, and he can't get the ball to fall.
Man, just nothing going right now for the Braintree Wonks. And look at that, all the momentum going for Plymouth. They come back down. It's crazy how the tempo and the momentum can switch, and a team can just switch on like a light.
19 for Morrissey. Inside, Miller, and he's fouled. And that's what Braintree needs to do. Go to the basket, gets the free throw line. As you see, Braintree with a pair of subs set to check in.
Well, they'll take any points that they can get at this point.
Gone on a dry spell. Haven't scored in about 4 minutes now. Miller changes that. He's got 7. And now looking to cut the lead to 1.
This is big right here.
It's good by Miller. He's got 8. 1:53 to go, a 1-point game, 42-41. Costello, great defense. And Morrissey lost it. Morrissey doing way too much dribbling there. And it could have been a delaying game if you want to go that way. I don't know what the coach is talking about over there on the sideline. That was well defended by Braintree.
Yeah, Coach Costa really beside himself right there. That was pretty much triple teamed on Morrissey. Braintree understands that they need to get the ball back, and they're playing some really good defense right now.
Top of the key, McKinney, a couple shot fakes. Now a jab, and Miller throws it back up top. McKinney, long three. It's off the mark. A little bit out of his range.
Yeah, that's one you didn't want to see right there. That was way out of his range. Shouldn't have shot that one. Should have taken more time and set something up.
Brown scoop shot is good. Joe Brown now with 10. 1:11 to go. It's back to 3. Nearly thrown away by Costello. Able to get it back. Now outside, Sazakis fakes it. And the pass a little too hot to handle. Miller, what a play! Tim Miller, Tommy point. Outside Costello, big possession. No good. That would have taken the roof off if that was to go down, but
I think that was a Mikey point.
yeah, that's true.
That was a heck of a play there by Miller to get that back to Hapgood. Too bad Braintree couldn't make anything out of it.
30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 3-point lead for the Panthers. Driving inside is Brown, and it's deflected away by Miller. 5 on the shot clock.
Still plenty of time to shoot it, but it's going to have to come quick if you're Plymouth. Morrissey's the guy to throw this one in. He's got the experience, but he's going to have to find something really fast once he passes this one in.
Inbound, and Sazakis got a piece, but he also got the arm, and he's going to send Latender to the line. .2 to go here in the third quarter. Big free throws coming up, and that one way off the mark.
They just need anything right now, Braintree. They need a big break. When they get this ball back, they need to come down. They need a basket more than anything. It has been a long time since they've scored a basket.
Both free throws way off the mark, and it's a 3-point game still. Final possession, maybe, for the Womps. Shot clock is off, 15 on the game clock. Costello and Hapgood play catch. Miller in the corner, wide open. Has the shot if he wants to take it. Up top is Jones. Jones to the basket. Yes! Morrissey, 3/4 court. Oh, he almost threw it down. But that's how the third quarter ends. It starts as it began. A 1-point lead at half and a 1-point lead after 3 for the Panthers, 44-43. We'll be right back for what should be an exciting fourth quarter and maybe beyond. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the Hergen Gymnasium, fourth and final quarter. Mike Wassel and Kyle Capola on hand. Braintree with possession to start the fourth quarter. Looking for the lead.
Well, these two teams going home. Neither wants to, but it's been a good game so far. Neither of these two teams deserves to go home the way they've been playing.
Jones, a couple pump fakes, and he's going to get to the free throw line. That's what Marquise Jones has done all game long. And now back to the free throw line.
I would say for Jones, just keep driving to the lane. They're going to keep fouling you and giving you free shots. Why not? But you got to hit them.
First free throw is missed, and now Jones looking to tie it. 44-43. Jones with one more. And it's short. That's what happens as the game progresses. Tired legs, got to put a little bit more on it. 7.5 to go here in the game. And that's thrown away. Sloppy play there by the Panthers.
That was Joby who tripped himself up right there. And once Joby tripped himself up, just tried to get that pass down, but couldn't get there. And that's a big-time mistake for the Panthers.
Braintree again with another possession, looking to take the lead. Looking back toward Costello. And Costello's blocked by Joby.
He redeems himself right there. That's a huge block.
Morrissey pulls up. He's been on fire. Finally misses from the outside. Miller head to McKinney. McKinney to Jones. Jones steps into it and buries it. Marquise gives Braintree the lead. 45-44. 6:55 to go in the ball game.
Jones has the hot hand right now. They got to keep giving him the ball.
Got a double Morrissey. Inside, Joby. Looks like he traveled. Still with it, and nowhere close. Here comes Braintree again. Lob forward from Miller. And it's thrown away by Miller, trying to get it to Jones.
I know he has the hot hand. You want to get him the ball, but you have to make some smart passes, and that's not what you want to see for Braintree. They had all the momentum going their way, and really a sloppy pass right there.
Hand off to Brown. Brown up top now to Morrissey. 10 on the shot clock. A one-on-one. Morrissey inside. And a blocking foul as Miller is there, as well as McKinney. I think it's going to be a Miller. If it's on McKinney, that's 4. It's going to be on Miller, because it's only his second. Morrissey really giving up his body. He's going to the basket hard.
Yeah, Morrissey's played a great game so far, and he's really been the leader on this team. He has a lot of points so far in this game tonight. I have to say, he has to keep going to the basketball, but he has to make those shots. And he's missed a couple of those tonight at the line. He's going to have to hit those. I mean, they're in the bonus, so.
He's got 19. What a big miss there. Able to rattle home the second. He's got 20, and the game is tied at 45. 6:06 to go. Braintree slowing things down. 15 on the shot clock. First cut is not there. Hapgood. Elbow line jumper is partially blocked. And it's going to stay Braintree ball. Great hustle.
Oh, what a hustle there by Hapgood.
McKinney for 3. It's good! Pull McKinney from the outside.
Perfect. By Hapgood to keep that in. Also, Jones was in there. And then McKinney with the 3. That's huge.
And the foul on Buckley. Braintree getting a big basket from the outside by McKinney.
Oh my goodness, that's a Mikey point right there. Again, able to bring that around and save that ball. What an athletic play there. And then McKinney did the rest.
Hapgood and Jones both there to save that possession to get it to Miller. And then Miller alertly found McKinney, who's going to take a breather after hitting what was probably a monstrous 3 for the Womps. It was one of the few that Braintree's hit in this game.
Yeah, McKinney got hit on the face earlier, and he's playing with a bandage on his face, so that might be something to look out for, but he looks pretty good right now, hitting those 3s. Those have to continue to come.
First free throw of the 1-and-1 is good, as Morrissey now with 21. 5:34 to go. trying to pull his team within 1. And he missed it. 48-46, lead is 2. Morrissey goes for the steal, doesn't get it. And Timberlake sets things up. They're going to go back door, the play's not there, it's now Jones. 15 on the shot clock. Braintree with a lot of movement, and it's off the foot of Buckley and out of bounds. Second time Braintree's dribbled it off their own foot.
Now that's tough if you're Buckley, because you're driving to the lane, but you get one foot in front of the other just a little bit too soon, and that just went off his foot. So that's one you could take if you're Braintree. You're still up by 2, but not many more of those. 5 minutes to go here.
Can't have many more turnovers. Great defense by Jones. He blocks it. Here's Miller. And a kickball. They missed that one. I think the crowd would have gone through the roof. That was close. That was a close one. I mean, it went off the foot, but that was a good call by the official.
Braintree just wants to use a little bit of time here as well. They understand that game's coming down to it. Just burn up the clock, take your time, and get some good shots in there.
Quality shots is what they're looking for. Up top, Hapgood. Hapgood drives inside. Count it! Brendan Hapgood. He's got 10. The lead is 4. 50-46. 4.5 to go. Big defensive stand now for the Womps. Outside Morrissey. He's got 21. Going 1-on-2. Nearly throws it away. Up top, it's Brown. Brown for 3. Missed way off the mark, and here comes Buckley. Buckley. No foul. And here comes Morrissey. Morrissey 1-on-3. Dribbles it off of somebody's foot, and it's going to be a jump ball and a little extra stuff after.
Referees have to contain this game. They don't want to let it get away from them. I know the atmosphere is through the roof right now, especially with the Braintree hopeful right now. They got the I believe that we will win chant, courtesy of the U.S. soccer team, which started that chant. But I have to say, it is fantastic right now, the atmosphere in this gymnasium. But the referees have to continue to have a good game. Can't let it get away from them.
50-46, a 4-point lead, 4:05 to go. It's inbounds underneath the Braintree basket for the Panthers, and a big possession. Costello checking back in for Buckley, and off the inbounds, it's up top to Lamb, and now Morrissey. You know he's looking to shoot if you're Braintree. You got to keep an eye on him. Looking back for Morrissey, and now stolen. Here comes Timberlake 2-on-2. Here's Costello, and he's fouled. That was a dangerous foul by Morrissey. He went hard at Costello. Didn't even go for the ball.
Yeah, Morrissey, he wanted to block that, and that's one foul you're going to give up if you're Morrissey coming down, and he understood that he didn't want to give that lay in there, and they'll take their chances at the line.
Costello's first, it's good. And this is where you got to have those baskets for Braintree. You got to make your free throws down the stretch. That's what's going to win the game for him. But back to that foul on Morrissey. I know he's going for the ball, but in that situation, good hard foul, but you got to be careful if you're Morrissey. That could have easily been called a flagrant.
Yeah, Panthers also have some fouls to give before they get to the bonus. And right now, the home team, Braintree, in the bonus. So that's going to affect them the rest of the game. So see if Plymouth will be shooting free throws. They got to just drive to the lane, though.
Morrissey's runner, it's no good. Rebound taken down, blocked from behind by the Womps. Kept in by Morrissey, threw it away. Here comes Costello. Yes! Tom Costello with 14. Time out. Plymouth South.
Tell you what, Mike, that might be the lay-in that sends Braintree to the next round of the playoffs. Oh, the atmosphere through the roof here at Braintree. I love it.
Tom Costello again. He was the tournament MVP in the Davenport Classic at Sharon, and he's carried it over into the first game here of the playoffs, and he's given his team an 8-point lead, 54-46 with 3:35 to go. And right now, if you're Plymouth South, way too many turnovers here in the fourth quarter.
Let me tell you a thing about Plymouth South is once they get down, that's when they've lost games this season. That's why they have 7 losses on the season. Braintree has been able to deal with that pressure a lot better than Plymouth. And when Plymouth comes in and they get themselves down, that's when mistakes happen. And we've been seeing it a lot in the second half, is that it's been mistake, then traveling violations, fouls committed, errant passes. It's just happened in the second half, and it's really affected the way that they've played. And they really, the score doesn't show as good as a game that Plymouth had in the first half. They were spectacular, but this second half has been all Braintree, and they're playing a championship performance here tonight.
So Coach Dave Costa's bunch coming out of the timeout. Almost got to have a basket here with 3:35 to go. Down by 8. A stop here for Braintree's defense would be enormous. Got to tell you, the crowd's really given Braintree some life out there on the court.
Yeah, they've been great here at Braintree. They've got great fans here at Braintree, better than some colleges, in fact. And I'll tell you what, atmosphere's through the roof right now, Mike.
Morrissey possessing, and the 3 is good. Matt Eklund had to have that. He's got 5, and it's down to 5. Costello has it deflected. Hapgood able to have it bounce to Timberlake. Inside, Miller! Yes! Braintree with a fortunate bounce, and Tim Miller able to get it to go.
Yeah, Tim Miller, great job there getting that. And a reverse lay-in. You get a whistle here, but back to that lay-in. That was perfect. Jones gets it to Miller, and Miller goes right up with it. He's had a pretty good game so far underneath, and not only on the offensive boards, but the defensive boards as well.
Looks like they're going to have to put a little bit of time on the clock because the clock started. The regular strategy where teams try and save some time, they roll the ball in. So the time had to be fixed, which it is. 2:55 to go here in the game. 7-point lead for the Womps. Another monstrous possession defensively and offensively for the Panthers. Morrissey for 3. That was deflected, and it's way off the mark, and it's taken down by Hapgood. Got to slow it down for Braintree.
Houston put to some time off the clock. I love the ball movement from Braintree. They've done great ball movement all game long, as you saw right there, trying to get that over the half-court line. But now just use some time, take your time. You're up by 6.
Hapgood for 3. It's off the mark. Jones comes down with the offensive rebound and the foul. Marquise Jones has 6 offensive rebounds in this game. None bigger than that.
Yeah, Jones has had a spectacular game. Not only him, but Hapgood. Hapgood, he's the reason that Braintree got down here. Almost went out of bounds, but found Jones on a pass and got Braintree down into the attacking zone. Now on the other side of the court, have plenty of time now, fresh 30.
Lob ball to Jones, no good. And a big defensive stand for the Panthers. Down by 7, 2:15 to go. Morrissey able to get it quickly to Lamb. Inside. Brown, and a kickball on Miller. 2:07 to go. And if you're Braintree, you got to focus on Morrissey. Number 3 for the Panthers. He's inbounding right now, but you've got to keep an eye on him. He's got 21. Hasn't scored in a while here in the quarter, but he's going to be their go-to guy. He's carried him all season long. Got to expect him to go to him here. 24 on the shot clock. Here's Morrissey. Almost steps out of bounds. Now Morrissey, he's got a good look. And it's good. He's got 24.
He was asking for that over in the corner. Just trying to get some spacing.
4-point game. Just like I said, we got to go to Timberlake. Count it for 2. Timberlake with his first 2. Couldn't have come at a better time. The sophomore getting some playoff time here at the Hurricane Gymnasium. 1:25 to go. Ball in the hands of Morrissey. Outside. Now Brown, back to Morrissey. Timberlake defending. Outside, now it's Lamb. His jumper way off the mark, not even close. And it's taken down by Miller. Probably not the guy you want shooting that shot.
Yeah, you expect Lamb. He's the captain of this team, but he's not good from the outside. He's better when he drives to the basket. Here
Miller wide open. Yes! An 8-point lead for the Womps. Just a minute away from the second round of the playoffs. Morrissey a long 3. It's good. Morrissey not going away. He's got 27. And and that can't happen if you're Braintree. It's way too quick to give up that three.
Just when you think it's over, Ryan Morrissey comes down and he breathes some life back into the Panthers. Panthers thought they were down and out of it, and now with that one, oh my goodness, gets it back within 5, and now with a couple of fouls, you never know. Plymouth could find themselves back in this one.
60-55 Braintree, 49.4 to go. I don't know what else to say. We've had a great game here at the Herget Gymnasium.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these teams, the Womps and the Panthers, having spectacular games. It's been a little bit better for Braintree in this second half. Really, the opening quarter was all Panther pride. But as you went around, the Womps a lot better in the second quarter. The third quarter came out a little bit flat at times. Went through a little bit of a dry spell. But I'll tell you what, this fourth quarter has been all Braintree. They have to continue, though. Got to hit some foul shots coming up here. There's still work to be done to get to the second round of the playoffs, but if they can hit these foul shots, they could be looking at that second round. And I know everybody in here would love to see them propelled to that second round of the MIAA playoffs.
It'll be either Danvers or Newton North who plays the winner of this game. So 50 seconds left, 60-55 Womps. I think it's too early to foul if you Plymouth South. That'll put Braintree in the 1-on-1 position. So let's see if Plymouth South goes the foul route and makes Braintree beat him at the line. But you gotta keep an eye on number 3, Morrissey, if you're the Womps. I mean, he's hit 2 threes that's kept this game alive. I mean, if you're Braintree, you gotta keep an eye on him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see what Braintree can do. They do a good job breaking the defense.
Miller gets fouled. Braintree does a nice job breaking the press and gets it to Tim Miller, who's going to have to step to the line for potentially two tough free throws.
I think that was a little bit of a plan there by Plymouth South, too, to be able to foul him. Again, Miller not the best free throw shooter, but he is good at times, and we've seen it tonight.
And he missed the first, so it's going to stay with Plymouth South, down by 5. Watch the 3 from Morrissey. He's going to go inside, now swings it outside. Fakes the shot. The shot is way short, and the foul again is going to be on Miller. And that's 3 air balls we've seen here in the fourth quarter by the Plymouth South Panthers. Can't always go in the hands of Morrissey, but when they've gone to the other hands haven't come to the table for the Panthers in the quarter.
And for Morrissey, I would have liked to have seen him drive to the basket right there and maybe get a good quality lay-in. He elects to go off to the side, and just not a good shot at all if you're the Panthers.
Free throw from Miller, this time right down the middle. Perfect free throw from Tim Miller. He gets a second. This would be a monstrous free throw. It would make it a 7-point game. It's no good, and it's taken down by Plymouth South. So the lead stays at 6, 11 for Miller. 25 seconds left. Morrissey going to pull up from way downtown, and he buries it. Got to be expecting that if you're Braintree. Got to have a hand in his face. 15 seconds left.
I think the clock was running there, and it was supposed to be stopped at the baseline, trying to see if that was a delay of game penalty there against Braintree.
Now the clock should be running. Should be a running clock. I don't know if they maybe let a little extra run off, but I don't think they can put. I mean, it's 14.7 now. I can't see any more than 16, 17 seconds.
Oh, look out here, Braintree over there in the huddle of Plymouth, and now Morrissey gives the shove to one of the Braintree players, and what's going to happen here? Oh my goodness.
All 3 referees didn't see it because they were all huddled together, and the referees have lost control of this one, obviously. Hot-headed Morrissey. I didn't see what happened, but obviously there was a shove thrown. And if he gets thrown out of the game, that would be probably one of the boneheaded plays that I've ever seen in a high school game. I mean, you take out the best player in the team.
It doesn't go without saying that Braintree had an impact on that. They were huddled around the Plymouth South huddle on the sideline, the team huddle, and I'm just not really sure. I think Morrissey just decided he had enough. And all 4 Braintree players, in fact, were moving their way and trying to hear in the huddle. And Morrissey said, get away. and that's when he shoved the player. So
it doesn't look like anything's going to come from this, but if you're Morrissey, you're your best player in your team, you've been the best player all game long, you put yourself out of the game. I mean, you can't do that to your school, you know? It's just, it would have been a devastating blow, but he stays in the game. The 3-point game, 14.7, Braintree still in the 1-1. And the clock's going to stay where it is at 14.7.
Still plenty of time in this game for Plymouth to come down and at least score a 3 if they're able to foul Braintree and they miss a shot.
I'm not sure why they took Jones out of the game.
Yeah.
If they're going to take Jones out, they should also take out Morrissey. A lot of stuff going on here. Inbound at Costello. Costello's fouled immediately. And probably the guy you want at the line if you're Braintree.
Absolutely. He's hit pretty much all of his free throws here tonight. He's one of the best free throw shooters on this Braintree squad. And he's been to the line a lot this year. He's the guy you want going to the line if you're Braintree. And this will be huge. If he's able to sink these, could see Braintree go into the second round, but not when Morrissey's still on the court.
He's got 14. This would be a huge free throw. It's short, and it's taken down. Morrissey on it. Loose ball, tie ball, and it's Braintree ball. He's out of bounds. I think is the call. Nope. What are they going to call there? It looked like Morrissey was out of bounds.
Well, here we go, Mike.
5 seconds left. It's going to be a 3, obviously, for Morrissey. Morrissey with 3. The follow-away 3. No good. Braintree wins. A fine ending to the round here in the first round of the MIAA. Ryan Morrissey, lights out all game long at 27 points. And the 3 just would not stay down for Morrissey. And Braintree survived a first round scare from the Panthers. 61-58 finish. What a game.
Unreal, the end of that one. And right when we thought that Braintree was going to win, again, Plymouth comes right back and let the tale of the tape tell the rest of the story. But what an effort from Ryan Morrissey to come down and at least give the Panthers a little bit of a chance right there, and almost sunk that and sent it to overtime just off. And you could see him on the sideline sitting down and just a little bit beside himself. But what a game from Braintree. Overall, a great game from Tom Costello. And Costello didn't hit that free throw at the very end of that game. That's what made it close. But good game overall from Tim Miller, and great coaching from Robert Crook as he was able to propel his boys into the next round of the playoffs.
High scoring players in the game. Plymouth South with 27 points. Obviously, Ryan Morrissey, their best player. He had 27 to lead all scorers, but wasn't able to get that final shot to go at the buzzer. The final score here for the final time at the Herget Gymnasium, a 61-58 win for the Braintree Womps over the Plymouth South Panthers. For our crew here at BCAM TV, our camera people Jerry Comic, Christine Patterson, Genevieve Bergoli, our producer Wes Ray, and Kyle Capola, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you in the next round.